Hello. So today's lesson is 10.4 Part 1 Notes, and this is about monthly payments. So before we go or move on, we need to write the monthly payment formula. And again, all these formulas are going to be are given on your test, so you don't need to memorize them. So the monthly payment formula looks like this. So what do we have here? M is a monthly installment payment. So that is what we would pay monthly. P is the principal, the amount financed. R, again, is the rate. And of course, we have to convert it to a decimal. Then we have 1 minus 1 R over 12, and T is time in years. So now with this one, so basically we're using this formula always when it's asking for monthly payments. So you have to be careful when you're putting it in the calculator, but I'll show you what to do in this next one. So number one, suppose that you borrow $20,000 for 6 years at 7% interest. So that means that your P here is $20,000. Your T is 6 years, and your rate is 7%, which again, divided by a 7 would be 0.07. Now, our monthly payments. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the P in here. So 20,000. All this is above. R is the 0.07 divided by 12. That 12 comes from monthly. There's 12 months in a year. 1 minus parentheses open, 1 plus, and again 0.07 divided by 12 to the power of negative 12 times the time, which is 6. So now you've got to be very careful when you're putting this in a calculator. So the top part is not as much of a problem, but it's the bottom, what we're dividing with. So as you can see, these are the parentheses, the only ones that we have on this. But when we're putting this in a calculator, you're going to have to use parentheses here and another set of parentheses around the exponent. Just to make sure that otherwise it will not take it correctly on your calculator. So how do we do this? So that, here we go. So we have 20,000 times parentheses open 0.07. You know what? I'm gonna get this a little bit wider so you can actually see the whole calculator. Here we go. So 20,000, 4 zeros, times 0.07 divided by 12. You can use the parentheses, but you don't necessarily need to. I'm going to hit equal over here. Then I'm going to put divide by parentheses open. And now I'm going to start here. 1 minus, again, opening parentheses, 1 plus 0.07 divided by 12. Now I'm closing this first set. Then I'm putting the exponent. So going up here, again opening, negative, and whoops, I can't do two back to back. Remember, this is this negative sign. This is a subtraction. This is a negative sign. So negative 12 times 6, closing these parentheses, and then closing these ones back here. And now hitting enter. Now, if I forgot to close a set of parentheses, or I typed in too many openings or whatever, it will show you a syntax error. So make sure that you're being very careful with when you're opening one set, you're closing it as well. Opening, closing, opening, and closing. It takes a little bit of practice. But our monthly installment is $340.98. So that's our monthly installment. Now, the next question is, how much do you pay over the course of the loan? Well, if we pay a monthly installment of $340.98, so every month we pay this. We have 12 months in a year, so 12 times, and it's 6 years. So we're going to do it multiplied by those 6 years. So I have not done anything to this. I'm just going to go ahead and multiply by 12 times 6. And I get, where can you see it? 2, 4, 5, 5, 0, 5, and that 6 bumps to a 7. So we have $24,550.57. Now it might be a 56 depending on if you use this rounding or like I didn't change it. So if I do 340.98 times 12 times 6, you can see that that's a 6 cents. This is not a big, it's still close enough. If we round it to the nearest dollars, it'll be $1 on both. So don't worry about those couple of cents. And if you don't do this whole thing, but you're actually doing each of these separately and rounding, then you're gonna get probably even the dollar amount a little bit different. But it should be about 340 something as your answer for the monthly installment. So it just depends on how you round it. Okay, C, how much interest do you pay? Well, if we borrowed $20,000 and this is what we ended up paying, we would figure out the interest paid by subtracting. So $24,550.57 minus $20,000. So we're going to take and subtract $20,000 and we get the $4,550.56. So these are dollars. So that is how much interest we're paying over the 6 years with this. Okay, next, number 2. So again, we're borrowing the same $20,000 and the same 7% interest. This time we're doing it only for 5 years instead of the 6 years. So let's see what happens with that one. So our principal is the same, $20,000. Our rate is 7% and our time is 5 years. So 20,000 0.07 divided by 12 divided by, so this is our monthly installment, 1 minus, so again, I'm using this formula here, 1 minus 1 plus 0.07 divided by 12, parentheses closed, to the power of negative 12 times 5. Again, remember that you've got to put parentheses here. We can't, like, you've got to put parentheses all the way here and over here on the calculator. So let's see. So we have $20,000, and these parentheses don't necessarily, we don't need them. It doesn't, I mean, you can put them, but it doesn't matter. Divided by 12, and I hit equal sign here so that I get what's on the top here. Now I'm going to go to the bottom. Divided by, open parentheses, 1 minus, open another set, 1 plus 0.07 divided by 12. Oops, and again, notice this is going to be a syntax error because I did not type in, so I'm going back, 0.07 divided by 12, close to the power of, open, negative 12 times 5, close one set, and then I have to close this one as well. So the reason why I have them here is so that I can actually remember to close those and I don't leave them open. And now I get $396.02. So again, how much do you pay over the course of the loan? So we're going to take our monthly payment, $396.02, multiply that by 12 months because we have 12 months in a year, and then multiply that by 5 years. So I have not done anything here, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply by 12 and multiply by 5. And I get 23,761, and this 8 bumps the 3 up, so 44 cents. So 23,761 and 44 cents. So that is how much we pay over the whole loan. Next, how much interest do you pay? So $23,761.44, and we are again subtracting the amount that we loaned from it, and that's a 6. So minus 20,000. So that would be $3,761.44. This one was 4,000. Notice the difference. 6 years and 5 years. And we're actually going to compare that because our next question here is, we're again borrowing the exact same amount now for 4 years and 7% interest. So the only thing that changes here is the number of years. So our monthly installment, again, this is what we use. For it. So again, $20,000, 0.07 divided by 12 divided by 1 minus 1 plus 0.07 divided by 12, and I forgot the parentheses. I need to put those to the power, and there's a 1 right here, to the power of negative 12 times, and how many years? It was 4 years, so 4 years here. And again, do not forget these parentheses over here and over here when you're putting it in the calculator. So let's see. 20,000, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got to make sure that I've got the correct. 20,000 times 0.07 divided by 12. Again, equals at this point. Divided by parentheses. 1 minus another open. 1 plus 0.07 divided by 12, close, to the power of open, negative 12 times 4. And notice how easy it is to actually miss on the calculator. So be careful with, making sure that you hit and it actually takes all the numbers. Parentheses closed and another set of parentheses closed here. So I hit enter and I get $478.92. That's a 4, so it stays. So $478.92. So again, how much do we pay over the course of the loan? Same thing, $478.92 times 12 months times 4 years. My lighting's somehow funny with the calculator today. Times 12 times 4. There's a glare. $22,988.39. So $22,988.39. How much interest do you pay? Well, the same thing. We're going to take that number here. Subtract 20,000 from it. And we get $2,988.39. Okay, next we need to complete this table. So we've done all those calculations. So our first one here is the 6 years. So monthly payment is $340.98. Interest paid is this amount here, the C, $4,550.56. 5 years is this next one. So monthly payment is $396.02. Interest paid is $3,761.44. And then we have this last one here, $78.92 and $2,988.39. So fill in the blank with the correct phrase, longer or shorter. In general, if the principal, so the amount financed, number of times compounded a year, and the interest rate are the same. So if all these are the same, which term loan has a lower payment? The longer or the shorter? So a lower payment is this one here, which is the longer term loan. 6 years has a lower payment, monthly payment. In general, if the principal number of times compounded a year and the interest rate are the same, which term loan has less total interest? Less total interest would be this one here because it's less than these two. So that would be the shorter term loan. So it just depends on, are you able to pay a larger monthly payment? If not, then you go with the lower, the longer, and yes, you'll pay more interest, but you're not going to get in trouble for paying monthly payment that's too much, that you can't afford paying. So it is all about depending on what what the situation is when you're needing it. C, consider two loans, and now there's a mistake here. This should be $100,000 as well. So again, we have the same principal, the same amount financed, we have the same rate, but it's over different years. And again, we're compounding the same. So which loan will have a lower monthly payment? Well, lower monthly payment is the one that has the longer term loan. So it is the 30 years, which would be B. Which loan will have less total interest? So less total interest would be the shorter term loan. So that would be the 15 years, which is A. Okay, so that's it for 10.4 part 1. And again, let me know if you have any questions at any point. I'll be happy to answer. Bye.